Well, that's just prime.
What's up, guys? Dave here, aka Rodimus Prime 89, and I'm going to do another unboxing today. It's going to be a little different than the other figures that we have seen thus far on the channel. This is actually going to be from NECA Toys. I'm looking at the Jason Voorhees figure from the movie Freddy vs. Jason, a movie that a lot of people kind of shit all over. Certainly not the best in the franchise, although if I'm being perfectly honest, the Friday the 13th franchise is probably not my favorite horror franchise. But this movie came out around 2003, and it was right around the time that I was late middle school, beginning high school, and I had already grown up watching Freddy and Jason, and I was just so excited to have like a brand new movie coming out. And of course, for a kid, seeing two iconic characters or movies that they enjoyed coming together was a big deal. So not the best critically, acclaimed movie or anything, but certainly a fun one. I really enjoy it. Jason was not played by Kane Hodder in this film. Kane Hodder is my favorite. He was the stuntman and the actor who played Jason from Part 7 until Jason X, I believe. So that would have been Part 7. Gosh, what's that one called? It's not The New Blood. Anyway, Part 7, Part 8, which Jason Takes Manhattan, the much maligned, personally my least favorite of the films, Jason Goes to Hell. Shit movie, although it did have a lot of references to Evil Dead and lots of fun stuff, and obviously that's where we first see Freddy pop up at the end of that. Spoiler alert. And then Kane Hodder also played Jason in Jason X. So, that is not the actor who played him in Freddy vs. Jason. That is Ken Kersinger, if I'm not mistaken, I believe. I hope I got that right. But it's a pretty fun movie. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I've talked about collecting other figures on other videos, so this is the first unboxing video I'll be doing for the channel from the NECA toy line. And I figure it's very appropriate because today is actually May 13th, 2022, and those of you keeping track, that is a Friday the 13th. So I do plan on doing a movie review on Friday the 13th at some point, and I did actually pick up a new 8-pack of Friday the 13th films, films 1 through 8, so not counting Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, and anything after that, but the first 8. So a cool little Blu-ray pack I found here. I found it at Best Buy for about 40 bucks. I got the cool red box here as well, so I'll be sure to check that out. I encourage you to do the same. If you haven't seen the movies, you should definitely check them out. Not my favorites, but classic and iconic, and you can't really call yourself a horror fan if you haven't watched Friday the 13th. So, take a quick look here, cover art. Obviously you've been getting a good view of this already. Got a picture, it's going to be the same picture both sides here. And on the back side, we do have Jason doing a couple of poses with some of the different little props. Yep. Kind of a cool little display here that the NECA figures come in. I'm really fond of these. I have a few more that I'll be doing unboxings for eventually. I will not tell you what those are right now. But let's go ahead and take a look at this guy and see what he comes with. Alright. So first, Camp Crystal Lake looks like a little backdrop here. You could certainly use it to stamp the figures if you like. I don't imagine I'll be doing that. I don't have the most room for figures right now, like I've alluded to in some of my other videos. But this is kind of cool. And I will actually need to pick up a couple of stands, it looks like, because this does not include a stand. Again, this is my first time unboxing a NECA figure like this, so I was not aware that they didn't come with stands included. But I have seen them at the store. You can buy a pack, a pack of 10 or 12 or something for a reasonable amount, I imagine. So, blister packaging, which I'm a fan of. If you've seen some of my other videos, I do like that. Just taking a quick glance at this, a couple of accessories here. Machetes, of course. As far as I'm concerned, that's Jason's trademark weapon. I don't think you really use a machete until the 3rd or 4th movie, though. I have to go back and rewatch it. But anyway, he's got machetes here. Looks like one covered in blood. Yeah, one stained in blood. One just a metal flame attachment here. You can attach to one of them. There's a scene in the movie where the machete is on fire, so that's kind of cool. Looks like a teddy bear here at some point that Jason has. We have the mask that is currently affixed to his face, just the most basic hockey mask, the classic look that we all are very familiar with. There's one covered in blood. That's pretty cool. And then another one looks like the mask is just kind of cut up and wiped up, and I can get a closer shot at some of those little accessories. But there's not a whole lot to do with this figure here. It's a pretty straightforward guy. I've been wanting to collect these horror action figures from the NECA line because they're very detailed, they're very cool. Guys like these, I don't really feel the need to have a whole lot of accessories for. I don't think it's necessary. So let me get him out of here and let's take a closer look. Well, okay, I finally got that unboxed. Let's have a look at him now. A lot of cool detail. We'll take a look at the articulation because I do that with most of my figures that I get. I'm not sure how these are supposed to be as far as all that goes, but let's have a look. Alright, arms go all the way around. Okay, looks like a hinge, joint for his elbow, that kind of thing. Hands can rotate all the way around. Looks like there are no interchangeable hands here, so his left hand is going to be open like this. Right hand will be kind of more closed, probably more likely to hold a machete or something like that in it. So they're not interchangeable. His jacket obviously doesn't come all the way off, but there's some give there. Lightweight plastic here. Okay, his legs spin all the way around. They extend a good little way forward. Not the most, but Jason, if you're familiar with the movies, doesn't really... He's not like a big athletic... I mean, I guess you could say he's athletic, but he's not a big, like flexible guy. He's just a big, sturdy, beefy guy. Arms can kind of twist. Okay, so you can kind of flip those around. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Head can do, of course, the Exorcist 360, as I like to call it. Some joints here in the feet. You can kind of rock them back and forth, mostly front and back though. Not the most motion, but that is perfectly fine. That's not what I need these figures for. Legs can bend, of course. Pretty simple so far. Let's see if I can stand him up without him falling over. Oh, cool. This is my first video, by the way, filming on my new camera I bought myself for my birthday. It is a Panasonic GH5. Let me see, a Panasonic Lumix GH5 Mark II. And I am trying a new cinematic lens that I have on this, so in case the video looks a little different, that's why. I'll be experimenting with some of my videos and some of the looks with different lenses as I continue to buy them and upgrade the camera. So if it looks a little weird, that's why. Bear with me. Feel free to leave some comments though, what you guys think about all that. Anyway, Bloody Mask. We have his, get that back there. We have another mask. Looks like it's got some slashes, some striations across it. A little closer look at the teddy bear here. The flame extension for his machetes that he has here. The one I said looks to be covered in a little bit of blood. And just the more plain one. So let's see what that flame looks like. Okay. Not too crazy, but kind of fun. And let me go ahead and swap off his other mask. This is like the plain classic mask. And we'll get a look at that ugly mug right there. Face only, Jason's mother could love. Great detail. So much cool detail. I'm really a big fan of this. Man, even like the face sculpt itself. The head can tilt left, right, up, down. Good range of motion here. I know a lot of these figures have interchangeable heads, so you can usually pop them off. He doesn't have an extra head with him, so I'm not going to fuck with that. That's totally fine. So, I will get a closer look at some of the accessories and the figure itself. Alright guys, as promised, closer look at the details of the Jason figure. A lot of cool sculpting and detail. A lot of cool sculpting and detail on the clothing here. It's textured very well. It's torn up. You know, you can see all the tears in it. Like I said, you can kind of flip the outer layer of it, but not too much. You can kind of flip the shirt up a little bit. Just want to focus on the details here, man. Love the detail on these NECA figures. I'm very impressed. The hands here look really great. The mask looks awesome. Got some shit stomping boots here, some big thick boots. See the cool detail on the material of like his pants. Yeah, more detail. It's been shredded up from other movies. The bumps on his head here. Yeah, so let's take a look at his. Look at that ugly mug. Whew. A lot of cool detail. Very heavily textured. You see bits of what looks like hair, just his maldeformed, his deformed skull and everything. Even look at the focus here, maybe. Yeah, his eyes. Really cool here. You see teeth just sticking out. A lot of great detail, just on the texture of the skin and everything. Looks really gross, but really awesome. Yep, the classic mask. My favorite of the different accessories, but let's take a look at the other ones. So we got the blood mask. Pretty straightforward, just covered in blood. Drenched in it, I'd say. And then we have this one right here. Probably from Freddy slashing his glove over the face, painted details. Yeah. Trying to get a closer look at all that. Okay. Pretty cool. You can mix it up a little bit, of course. The teddy bear accessory. See, we got a little bit of stuffing coming out of it. Cool little detail they got. This does not move at all. This is just as is. We have the fire, like the flaming machete extension. I'll put that on in just a second. That's the regular machete. And this is the blood-stained machete here. It's more subtle, so it's not dripping or anything, but it is stained with it. So that's kind of a cool look. And I will go ahead and add the flame to that machete here. Just a second. Yeah. Kind of fun. Kind of a cool little thing you could do here. Let me go ahead and get it in his hand so you can see it all in its glory. So there he is with that. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Cover that ugly mug of his. Yeah. Let me put the flame on the other way. See if it looks better. Actually, I think it might look better that way. I mean, that's pretty badass. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, that's all we got on the props there. Alright. Well, we got a closer look at all that stuff. I think this is going to be the look I'd probably keep with the most. Just the most straightforward mask there. And just the blood-stained machete. I do really like the accessories. It's kind of fun. I think I just need to find like a dedicated little drawer or box or something just to keep the accessories for all my figures, and that includes my Transformers, because when I have them up for display, or when I'm displaying them on my shelf, I don't really want to have all those other accessories with them necessarily, so I think I might just try to find a little junk drawer or junk box just to keep them all in. Then if I ever do any fun little photo shoots for my Instagram page or anything like that, or anything just fun for me, then I can always pull out those accessories and kind of play with them as I see fit. But anyway, yep, that's just a quick little rundown on the figure. There are several other ones you can find from some of the other movies through the same NECA line. I know I've seen some for Jason Lives, Friday the 13th, like Part 2, Part 3, so you'll find like the Baghead Jason. There's like a lot of Jasons you could find. But like I said, I really prefer the look that he had on Freddy vs. Jason. It's kind of like my definitive look for Jason in my eyes. Even though, funny enough, like I said earlier, Kane Hodder actually didn't play him, and Kane Hodder is my definitive Jason, if that makes sense. But anyway, really cool figure. I hope to be collecting more. I do look to be collecting the classic like horror iconic figures, Leatherface, Pinhead, guys like that. So if you guys have a line on where I can find some good affordable, new ones, Otherwise, you know, I'll just kind of buy them gradually. But, yep. Really glad I got this guy. Looks pretty sweet. Like I said, the start of my horror figure collection from the NECA line. So I hope you guys liked it. Hope you liked the video. Hope you liked the figure. If you have any other cool figures out there you want me to unbox, I'll take a look. I'll pick them up. More likely than not, I'll pick them up and unbox them. But in the meantime, once again, thank you for stopping by the channel. This has been Rodimus Prime 89. Have a happy and have an awesome Friday the 13th.